we actually went to the first taping of the show. I come out in the first video of the show, the first taping. And it's incredible to me because it's something like when God puts something in your path, there's no way and there's no how, because there's so many things that happen for me to get on the show. I went with you to the first taping, right? After that, you yourself, we were in the green room and you yourself said, yo, Needles, you should be that DJ on the thing. You remember that? That's the day I decided to listen to you. And I was like, yo, okay, you know what? But I brushed it off because I really didn't think. Then I met up with Golito, which was Evy Queens' manager. And he saw me. He's like, yo, why don't you come through and DJ? And I mean, it's just amazing how all those things happen. And then for them to name you the godfather of the roof, like you were the only Latin urban artist at the time that was really, you know, had the East Coast and the West Coast. Because there's a lot before you, like Cypress Hill and them cats. But what I'm talking about in the East Coast part of things, and you know, just the way you carry yourself and the persona and the people, the way people respect you, how you kept coming back to the roof and becoming.
It's crazy because there's a real ill misconception I've always heard was like Fat Joe don't love reggaeton artists or whatever. And I was the padrino of the introduction of the #1 show, which I believe I gave the guy the idea for the show to have reggaeton and rap at the same time, where you can have the English-speaking Latinos and the Spanish-speaking Latinos come and watch a program together. And so I don't know where it goes through the cracks where somebody lied to reggaeton or told them that Fat Joe don't mess with him. I've been there since day one. The first project ever made with rappers and reggaeton was called
Reggaeton
Boricua
Latino.
Guerrero.
Oh, okay, Boricua Guerrero.
Boricua Guerrero.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, I had a record with the Mexicano. So when we did Boricua Guerrero, the Puerto Rican cats came and they said, yo, we want to do rap and thing. And I went and got them all the rap artists that was on that album, like Nas and everybody that rapped on that joint.
Right.
I helped them for free. So when, you know, I hear rumors like, yo, Joe don't like reggaeton, or, you know, I don't know what these people talk about. The Roof is Perfect concept. I was always happy for my brothers. I always wanted to help my brothers.
It's the truth, though, because, I mean, whoever says that, though, honestly doesn't know the history of this situation, because for you to be named the godfather of the roof, the first show, I'm not saying that we invented or we created reggaeton at all, but we were the platform. We were what took it to that next level and made it cross over. So therefore, for anyone to say that you didn't represent reggaeton, and honestly, do you remember the first live performance when you were on the song Reggaeton Latino? You remember that?
Man, let me tell you something. Reggaeton Latino was big. It was big.
All right, then. So if anybody says that, honestly, they really don't know their culture. But that's why we're here, though, to educate. I'm taking after, like, you could relate to me because we know Russell Simmons, we know Steve Stoute, and thank you to you. You presented me. I know Steve Stoute because of you, and as a matter of fact, it was something we were doing in Puerto Rico. He wired me some money so fast it was phenomenal. But the money came through like 2.2 seconds. We hung up and the money was there. But just to say, like Steve Stoute and Russell Simmons took care of hip hop and were always on the front line. And Steve Stoute said, you know what? I'm gonna take this to the brands. I'm gonna talk to the people and let them know that my people make moves, and that's why I believe we need to do this right here, because at the end of the day, we saw the big impact that the Roof had. Our first tour was with Corona, the beer.
Listen, that's when I knew like reggaeton. That was the first time it both mixed. So now you see my last single I put out, me, Anuel, Cardi B.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir. The heavy hitters,
18 years later. But it's right on time. And it's normal to just listen to any English radio station and hear reggaeton or Spanish trap. Same thing with you know, it's the same thing to me. You know what I mean? So it's like the Roof was ahead of his time and they put on something that was amazing. And that's where I learned about Don Omar. That's where I learned about Evy Queen. That's where I learned about Tego Calderon or Daddy Yankee or all these
not
guys.
Daddy Yankee. Let me not Daddy Yankee, because you put Daddy Yankee in the 100% video, Big Pun, way back. He was dancing in that video. Like,
yeah, he was in the video. He was in Big Pun's video.
We know Yankee for a minute, but I mean, that they go and Dong and all those cats definitely, without a doubt, that's how they go jump down the lean back.
And every week I would watch The Roof. And I would learn new artists. That's how I'd be like, oh wow, this dude is hot. Hector, Father, all those guys. You know what I mean? Through The Roof.
Through the roof, man. Now, Joe, all right, we were on the roof, right? And you didn't fly. Back in 2003, you were not flying. And you said, you know what, Frank, I'm going to do it, and we're going to do it big. You got a private jet. We flew from Jersey to Puerto Rico on a private jet, and you did all the Christmas for your first time in Puerto Rico for 10 years. Talk about that experience, because we were there. I got clips on it. I got video. But talk about that, man. Talk about that experience.
Oh, you mean the first time I went to Puerto Rico?
No. When we went with The Roof. You remember when we went with The Roof and we went to your family's house? Your uncle pulled out the moonshine.
Yeah. That was around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And the craziest shit is when I went to Puerto Rico that first time, Daddy Yankee was walking. He was with us everywhere too at that time too. All the places we went, he was with us.
Gogito.
He was with us in all those places, right? Yes, so you got the footage, you got him, right? This is before Gasolina and all that, right? So,
no. Yeah, this was the before. This was the Christmas,
yeah, Christmas. So
2003.
I remember when we landed, they had told me, like, yo, we the Big Don, whatever his name, he wants you at his concert in Christmas. When we landed, like a random dude that works at the airport. Then we go to the hotel. The first guy I see in the hotel says, yo, let's just say Cano, right? I don't know if it was Cano or whoever, but when we get to the hotel, homeboy's like, yo, Cano te quiere en la feria. Like everywhere I went, Puerto Rico was so small. I was like, so by the 10th guy who told me, I knew, yo, I got to do the feria. Because whoever's behind this shit runs Puerto Rico.
But that's good because good.
I don't know if it was Cano. I don't know who it is. But I know everywhere I went, they was just like, people was trying to give me phones like, yo, they want to talk to you. I'm like, and it was a big deal. It was first time Fat Joe in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And the ill thing I can tell you about that story is, so you got to understand, although I didn't go to Puerto Rico because I didn't fly, I was scared to fly. I didn't go nowhere. So let's not say just Puerto Rico. I never went nowhere. I never flew. I was just in America in the bus. But meanwhile,
you went to Mexico in a bus, remember?
In a bus. Meanwhile, we was the biggest English-speaking Latinos in the game. Fat Joe, Big Pun, all that. This after Pun died. And so we get to Puerto Rico. It's a show in the club. Maybe it holds 5,000 people. There was about 8,000 people in the club, about 5,000 people outside the club. And Daddy Yankee was there. Evy Queens was there. All the up and coming. I'm sure Nicky Jams was there somewhere, but this before he was big. And I remember that night. It was to this day, it's still a special night for me. I came out to Twins Deep cover, so they was like, okay, viene Fat Joe del Bronx, this and that. And when they threw on that, boom, 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 I heard, I used to hear crowds go, I heard all 8,000 people, Puerto Ricans, take a breath in, take a deep breath in, like llegaron los gordos, papi, los gordos están aquí, papi, los más duros, papi. Yo, I heard a whole crowd of 8,000 people take a deep breath in, like, yo, the niggas is here. Like,
it was on. It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, just walking through La Perla. Talk about that. Walking through La Perla in Christmas.
Christmas time, we walking through La Perla. We was knocking on everybody's house. So, like in Christmas, they do in Puerto Rico. They do the three kings.
Right.
So, Los Días de los Reyes, and then they do we singing at everybody's door. Háblame la puerta. This, and everybody got to wake up and they got to feed everybody. And man, we might have went to 20 houses just eating everybody's food, drinking their shit. You know, but that's a very special time. Shout out to Willie. Willie was out there. You man, oh yeah, Willie.
Golito, Willie.
Filtro. Papi, filtro. You
That's
know,
my
your man is,
man.
oh yeah, Willie.
He's got some
Filtro.
stuff. He's got some stuff. I mean, he's been working. He told me to send you a shout out, man. He always talks about that
Nah,
shit.
that's my brother for life. Willie's my brother for life, man. You know, he deserved to be a big boy in that game because he was there since day one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the reggaeton game.
Definitely. Okay, Joe. Now, I mean, you're huge in the hip hop game, and when the Roof started, I mean, we were just trying to do something, but you decided to get one of your biggest records, right, and give us the behind the scenes, and you let us premiere it on the Roof on Mundos. You had MTV and you had BET. Why take that chance with us?
Man, you know, I saw the vision ahead of time, and I'm all about supporting people coming up, people, I seen what it was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I was just wanted to be supportive of my people. And that's how I felt. The Roof was like home. You know, it was somewhere. If we in Miami, we rolling up on the Roof. You know what I'm saying? And
Like 30
I think we
Escalades.
used to hang out there when everybody would come, other artists. We just in the green room eating all their food, hanging out.
30 Escalades outside of Telemundo, look like the
30
president was
Escalades outside of Telemundo movie. And I gotta tell them, your mom's makes the best rabo encendido papá in the world.
in the world, right?
Till this day, I mean, the greatest rabo ever. And I used to go and I used to gas her to make it for me.
After the show, we would come to the house. I had the whole, Mom, get ready. The whole terror squad's coming. We're all
Jesus
going to
Christ.
eat.
And she would make a pot from the floor to a big pot of just rabito, and we be killing that shit.
Yes, sir.
Man, your mom's, man, beautiful lady, man. Beautiful lady, man.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Now, let's talk about, do you remember the first concert at the concert of Reggaeton Madison Square Garden 2003, the summer of 2003 when we tore that down?
I don't remember it.
Hip-hop wasn't even allowed in the garden.
Yeah, I don't remember it play by play, but I remember it sold out Madison Square Garden. I remember the energy was crazy. And in fact, I do remember that concert because it was an ill day for me. I'll tell you why. It had nothing to do with the Roof.
I remember the Bentley, baby.
No, yo, when they delivered the Rolls Royce outside of the concert,
That's how you close the show.
And I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me that night. That night I was sitting in the green room. Something changed my life that night. And I'm looking at all these guys I grew up with, and I'm seeing a bunch of dangerous guys, right? Like everybody with me, like people would like, so guys would go to jail, serious guys for 20 years, come home, and the first thing they wanted to do was report to Fat Joe. So the scariest guys ever walked the streets of New York. And one day I was sitting there that night in that concert. A lot of things happened that night in that concert.
Yes, sir.
And I remember sitting there and I looked around and I said, yo, Joe, you got to move out of New York because if somebody ever fronts on you in front of these people are going to kill everybody. They'll kill the whole concert. And you work too hard to be going to jail for life.
Right, right.
That concert opened my eyes in many ways, man. That concert right there. But it was a beautiful event. Everybody, it was the start. Now they do
now they do it every 3 months.
Salsa con fuego. I don't know what they call it now. They do it now, but now it's like brand new. They doing it like they doing it brand new.
It's never been done before.
We been did that ensopao, that sancocho a long time ago.
Exactly.
That sancocho was done a long time ago.
Yes, sir. Latino, stand up. Joe, how about our 1 year anniversary? And I got to bring this story up because there was a certain promoter that, I mean, I'm not going to mention any names, but a certain promoter in New York. But when it was time for you to get on the stage and you're the godfather of the Roof, and this was our 1 year anniversary, so there's no way that I'm gonna let it go down when you not performing. So you get on stage, you start performing, and all of a sudden the sound cuts off. And you say, yo, check this out. We're not getting off the stage until the sound comes back on. And you said the dude's name, and 2 minutes later, poof, everything was fixed, and you were rocking again. But talk about that, man.
You know, Frankie, I was crazy at one time, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. When people start telling me stories about back in the days and the type of shit I was doing,
but this was the rule.
No, this was the roof. I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not moving away from the story. I was literally crazy at one time. Like, so we wouldn't have left the fucking stage.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So in Madison Square Garden, wherever, we don't give a fuck. Like, it was like we'd have tore the whole stage down. So I'm like, you know, if I said it, I meant it. But you know, we so much mature now. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure, for sure. But it's just thing that happened that, you know, it was a beautiful time, and it was funny though. But I mean,
I remember that too. I remember.
I know you remember. I know you remember that. Now, did you think? I mean, I know you had the vision, but did you think this whole movement was gonna get as big as it's gotten? Like, I mean, right now, the #1 song or the #1 played video is a Latin urban song, Daddy Yankee, and with Despacito and Luis Fonsi and stuff. But did you ever think that this was going to be as big as it is?
I knew it. Let me tell you something. I knew it so long ago, and not taking away nothing from any other artists right now, because I love Anuel, I love Bad Bunny, Nango Flow, all these guys, man, they just killing the game. The Osunas, these guys are they really putting it down. And but it was just a matter of time, because if you pour enough water in the cup, the water's gonna overflow the cup. Right. So Latinos are the biggest growing demographic in the whole America. And that's what we know. We're not talking about undocumented Latinos. Like there's a bunch of undocumented too that's listening to reggaeton, listening to trap. Listen, the Latinos are growing at the fastest rate in America. So now when you talk about why would I play a record on the radio? Because I want the most ratings. Well, who's the biggest population? Latinos. Let's play that reggaeton, baby. So it's like the numbers don't lie. The demographic is just growing so much that they have no choice but to support the reggaeton community, because the numbers don't lie. The numbers are there.
I feel you. And now the reason I called you up on this one, when I thought about this, and honestly, let me say this, because I haven't said it. The reason why I'm doing this is because once again, I saw your show, and congratulations on your show, Joe, for real. I mean, you inspired me, and my brother, you're doing your thing. Like, I've seen the Joe for show. I've seen them all. I see you when you were talking to Remy Ma, and just, you know.
Julisa's here. Khaled is here. The whole group is here.
Khaled
is here, and Mayor Oficial, my Dominican brother.
Yo, I'm going to say something right now.
Hey, let me tell you, Khaled is here. Khaled is here. Julisa's here. Your crew's here, Frank.
That's family, but Khaled, listen, if Khaled's listening, my brother, I've never loved opening up for any DJ but you, my brother. That's real talk. And you know we go back, way back, nigga. Like,
yo, Khaled, I need Mark Wahlberg on my show on Wednesday. Mark Wahlberg, Young Jeezy tonight. I see Julissa on here. Look at her. She said, my guy.
Yeah, I need a shout out to Khaled, though, because Khaled needs to come out here, because we did a whole Arab night for my man Khaled on the roof. He got to remember that.
I need him Wednesday. Wednesday, Khaled. Let me tell you about Julissa. Julissa used to love J-Lo, right? And a lot of people don't know. And this I watch it because, you know, Latinos very sensitive. Look, Julissa's like the roof. Khaled's tuned in. He's ready. Let me tell you something. You got everybody on your, the whole group is here. So Julissa used to love, she said you saw the vision. Julissa used to love J-Lo. And most people don't know, me and Big Pun, we was in the studio with J-Lo, her whole first album. Not just the song we did with her. We was in there with her, hanging out in the studio. And we used to sneak Julissa in the J-Lo sessions. And she always loves us for that. She said, you took me to the video shoot. You're right. She always loves me for that because, you know, J-Lo was her favorite. and we
Nah.
sneak her into the session so she can hang out and meet J-Lo. You know, early J-Lo. That was J-Lo Puff Daddy J-Lo. Like,
oh wait, serious. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, Joe, okay, you've seen this movement. Who do you think from the stars that are rocking right now that are big? Like I'm talking about maybe like Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Anuel, all these cats. Who do you think of those cats used to watch The Roof?
Oh,
or
man.
used to watch you?
I mean, whoever, I don't know, but whoever did their history, they know about The Roof. You know what I'm saying? And they all learn from watching. Like, what's so dope about Bad Bunny's last album is that he mixed it with some of the old school reggaeton beats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they, you know, just like I watched all the pioneers and all the guys coming up in the game, you know, in hip hop, it's the same thing with reggaeton. You know, they opened the day. You know, it started with Vico C.
Yes, sir.
And then General in Panama.
That was the first reggaeton we probably ever heard in our lives.
Yo,
Like,
General.
boom, boom, mami, no man.
What's up, man? So General was like on fire. Then Vico C is the original guy from Puerto Rico. And then it went into the era of the Don Omars, the Daddy Yankees, the Thagos, the just every De La Ghetto.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys, Evy Queen.
Evy Queen. I hit her up. She said she's gonna do the show. Let's see.
Yo, Evy Queen had the throne for like almost 20 years straight. She's the queen of reggaeton. Like Evy Queen, like, you know, she been running that shit forever. Like she's the dawn of the girls, you know? She's the queen.
She's definitely the one. She's definitely the one. But Joe, can we talk about, all right now, this whole quarantine thing has people, you know, staying home. Artists really don't know what their next move is going to be. A lot of artists, like, and I'm not saying just you, but a lot of artists, not like you, that don't have the opportunity to, you know, that have the blessing of getting, you know, on IG and being able to, you know, create money or make ends meet or whatever. Because a lot of artists, we already know, that get paid through shows, right? So being that there's no platform for the Latin urban industry like there used to be, at least a Mundo, a Telemundo, and all that. That's why I'm trying to bring awareness.
Yeah, they say you frozen again, Frankie.
That's what I'm saying. I want to be able to bring, because I'm thinking about these artists and I'm thinking about the genre right now. We're not going to be able to do shows for a whole year. So that means that there's not going to be concerts. There's not going to be anything. So if we have a studio, if we have a channel, once again, like a Mundo, so NBC, if you're listening, let's talk. If we have a channel like that, once again, then maybe these artists could come present their videos, their stories, and we can keep this alive until they can perform again and go back on stages and do what they do. What do you think of something like that?
Man, I love it, but you know, you hit it on the head. A lot of artists, including myself, are gonna have to find a way to pay the bills because we can't perform in concerts till what they said. They said, well, we can hear them. A lot of artists can't perform till like a year from now. So till they find that vaccine and they let people being able to perform, the future's uncertain. And a lot of artists have to find a way to pay their bills. That's just the bottom line. And that's how everybody got to figure it out, man. I think YouTube's a good way. The Roof would be a good way. It's just got to be ways. I think every